First off, what is ArtFight? ArtFight is an art gifting game. It was conceptualized in 2007 and finalized in its current form in 2016, which makes this year its 10th anniversary. While the website is up and available all year round, the actual event happens only through the month of July. A few weeks before July 1st, themes for the year are announced and teams are picked. There are usually only 2 teams, but because this year was the anniversary, there were 3: comedy, tragedy, and mystery. Past themes include Dream vs. Nightmare, Steampunk vs. Cyberpunk, Vampire vs. Werewolf, and Fossils vs. Crystals, which was last year's theme. Many people choose to decorate their profiles with team cards available through the site. Through the off-season, people can upload their OCs, their profile. These pages include, first and foremost, an image of the character. You can add multiple images of your character to the page, which is handy if you have references of the character at different angles or in different scenarios. Then, below the images, you can write a description for your character. I tend to write a few paragraphs of background and then some design information. Some users write whole stories under their character, some don't write anything at all. It's up to personal preference. You can also add character permissions just to let people know what you're okay with seeing or not seeing in their art of your OCs. Once the event starts, you are able to attack other users' characters, which just means drawing art of them. You can go as detailed or as simple as you want with your attacks. The more detailed the attack is, though, the more points you'll earn for it. Clean line art earns more points than rough line art, just like drawing a scene for your background earns more points than leaving it blank. Friendly fire, meaning submitting an attack for a character whose owner is on your same team, earns you 75% of full points in order to encourage users to attack people from the opposing team. However, many people still do choose to do friendly fire. If someone attacks you and you want to get them back, you can revenge them. This works exactly like a regular attack, except there's a drop-down you can click on in the submission menu to find revengeable attacks. You'll see this later when I submit the drawing I'm working on in this speed paint. Sometimes users will start a revenge chain, which is just a series of attacks back and forth. The character I'm drawing here is named Firefly. She was submitted by user Zed Lepelin, who has kindly allowed me to use this speed paint of their character in my video. Firefly's character bio says that she's an assassin who specializes in arson, so obviously I wanted to draw her with some fire effects, which you'll see soon here. Firefly's story also takes place in the apocalypse, so I decided I wanted to make the sky bright red and bathe the rest of the scene in red lighting as well. Of course, this is where creative liberty comes in. Most of the time, you're not going to know everything about the character you're attacking. I don't know what the apocalypse looks like for Zed Lepelin, but I drew what I thought it might be. In my opinion, this is one of the best things about receiving attacks. You never know what you're going to get. To me, ArtFight is a place where I can explore different styles, mediums, and compositions, and get better at making art in general. I've been trying to make my sketchbook a lot more textured and interactive, so several attacks I created this year have movable parts or little charms glued onto the pages, like buttons. I also discovered that I really enjoyed working with watercolors after making 2 watercolor attacks. I tried to address some of my weaknesses in this year's fight. For example, I mostly don't bother with backgrounds, so I'm not very good at them. But 7 out of my attacks this year included full scene backgrounds, or at least the beginnings of scenes. I think that as a whole, this year's art fight really refreshed my perspective on making art in general. There are, of course, still things I need to work on, especially with my digital art, but I'm happy with my projects. I'd like to encourage anyone who feels like their art is bland or boring to get a little out of their comfort zone and start experimenting. It definitely helped me enjoy the process more instead of just looking towards the finished project. Here, I'm going to show you how I submit an attack. So you go to the character page and you click on the attack button. Then you need to enter a title. After entering the title, I went and wrote a description for my attack. Then I uploaded my main image file and also my thumbnail image file. I tend to theme my thumbnails around the, theme of the year. So since this is a revenge, I've marked it Revenge and Comedy 2026 because I am on Team Comedy this year. Afterwards, we go to the point criteria, where I select a size for the character. I drew her full body, so that's what I picked. The type of attack is drawing. There are also craft attacks. The level of sketch is a clean sketch. The color is clean color or painted. The shading was fully shaded. And the background was a scene. Since this was a revengeable attack, I clicked on the Find Revengeable Attacks and picked the one that it gave me. Here are my attack details. They pull this up for you so you can check to make sure you're doing it right before you hit submit. Then here is the final attack, submitted to user Zedlevelin. I would like to thank everyone who attacked or revenged me this year, including Sylvexer, Maya K, Eloise Ire, Fire Senpai, Squiddy Bobiddy, Zelda Cooper, Wee the Rat King, Julesy Berry, Silver Katana, Ninka Paninka, Blaze, and of course Zedlevelin. I'm sorry if I pronounced any of those names wrong, and I loved every piece of art you made for me. See you next year!